Some people long to live amongst the striking cliffs and roaring seas of the sumptuous coast. This is actually going really well. Dave loves this house because it has everything for him. The only slight concern is Anna's gone a bit quiet, and either that's a really good sign and she's thinking it through, or it's a slow burn. At this point, I'm still confident though. There are things that they feel the property does need, and they need to have some money left over to put their own stamp on it. However, they would like to increase their offer. Hang on, this is totally unfair. So at the moment,
No
basically,
compromise,
you said that if Kirsty shows you a dream property, then you would be willing to consider the countryside. Can we persuade him?
Yes.
I mean, you can never read into anything they say. I mean, he took it calmly and he's going to put it to the... I mean, he didn't yell at me. No. So he's going to put it to the owner now and will call me back. Not only have I delivered an amazing garden, it also is a detached bungalow with masses of character. 1820 is the original house. And then, of course, the direct sea views. It's on budget, plus a bit of tax. In the brief from Keith, the first and most important thing he wants is a garage, and unless I'm very much mistaken, there is no garage here on this property or on the land. Find me a house with a garage. No, I'll give you 2 bits of houses and no garage. No, I do mean that. You've done very well.
Okay.
I mean, this time you have at least delivered a house and a reasonable sized garden.
They did say that this might be too big for them.
They may have thought it.
They said it.
They said it whilst thinking. You're making me cry. You got a house. What a result. A true win for the coast. I really am so thrilled for David and Carolyn, and I wish them all the very best in their new lives together by the sea.
Let me just ask David, because it might be, David, that I'm sorry, mate, you missed the boat.
No, I don't agree at all. I mean, obviously, we've left the European Union. I was an MEP. I left on the 31st of January, and now we're in a very untenable position because, of course, we have no representation, but we are paying tax. And at the moment, we have done that based on the fact that we're now in the transition period and we're going to leave at the end of this year. And at the moment, as you remember, we have no control over lots of things. Our fishing, we still have European Union boats fishing in our waters. Our tax, we cannot control that. Our parliamentary authority is undermined by being in Europe. So that is untenable. And I think it's worth mentioning, in that general election, many people voted for the government who are not natural conservatives, but they are people who wanted to see Brexit done. Now, the Eurozone is in complete catastrophe, and it's very, very sad to see. If you look at Italy and if you look at Spain, it's going to take decades for them to recover. There are contingent liabilities in the EIB. The amount of money that Europe needs is absolutely extraordinary. And I'd argue that actually, rather than us saying, let's put it off, I think we need to do it. We need to stick to it because we need to sign trade deals with the rest of the world. Remember, 80% of economy is not based around the European Union.
Well,
sure, absolutely, and I think that point is well made. But as you know, once we have formally left and once Brexit is completed, then we will set our own levels for immigration of skilled migrants, and that includes doctors and nurses. I would also add here that we don't necessarily need to take doctors and nurses from Europe. We can take them from around the world, from New Zealand, from Australia, from the United States, from the rest of the Commonwealth countries. So, of course, we need skilled labour coming into the country, but that doesn't take us away from the fact that all the other callers have said, we've had the vote, we are leaving. And actually, I think now is the time to ensure that we leave. And I'll tell you one other reason why. At the moment, we cannot strike trade deals. As soon as we leave, we can. We go to WTO under GATT Article 24 with Europe, and we can then have free trade deals, including with the United States. I mean, I think what you need is safe supplies. I think actually a grown-up conversation in government, cross-party, would be absolutely the thing.
But would you want to be the first party to to go soft on drugs?
No, I wouldn't go soft, but and I've said this for a very long time. I want all drugs to be decriminalised, to have good, safe supplies of it, and then we can have an adult conversation about drugs because we're losing the war. It doesn't work. We as physicians, we've seen it all before anyway, and there isn't a great stigma attached to this. It's just a normal process.
It's part of it's in our own heads because you're going to get
so what is different between today's younger women and older women? What's changed?
Well, I don't know, because
I'm not
actually
quite
I know
sure
there's a
what the
subset of older women who really
sure.
don't like it
Yeah.
as well and won't go. So, but the whole key message I want to give is that this is really important. You need to go. Honestly, we've seen it all. I have seen it all. Nothing will shock or surprise us. One of the new areas for MedTech Europe 2016 is the Startup Academy. Now, this area is vital for small companies to showcase their products, to engage with potential interested parties, and to secure that all-important funding, which means they can take their product to market. Teams, welcome to the Sugar Dome. I'm David Bull, and tonight my job is simple: to guide you. Your job is much more difficult, to prove yourselves. So, let's start today off right. You are, of course, currently knee-deep in an epic battle with dragons. But in addition to your beasts, the dome needs magic. This I've got to see.